What up, ninjas? GageO here once again, and I have a very awesome review for you today. Today I am reviewing a custom that I am doing for Mr.Plasticrobot's contest, and also happens to be a custom that was ordered from probably a known YouTube user, Bumblebloggin. Some of you probably heard of Mr. Bumblebloggin. And what we have here is a Dark of the Moon Voyager class Toxitron. This thing, I just love the way this thing turned out. Just the sheer look of how it turned out, absolutely fabulous. As you can see, I went with a darker green paint than the Comic-Con version because I wanted it to look good. I didn't want it to look like some snotty, pukey, pea soup colored Transformer. You know, I wanted this to turn out really nice, and I wanted this to turn out excellent, and I did put taillights on it because I felt like going all out this time around. Now, I also did the gun too, and the gun does function. As you can see, there's the purple detail up in here. Purple detail, green detail, a little bit purple detail, green detail. Pop it open. Oh, you got a little green detail in there. All that. Very nice. And then it's like, you know, just a custom weatherization there. See if I can zoom in on that. As you can see there. Just a decent job that I've done. It's been a while since I've done this kind of stuff, but overall just fabulous. Turned out really good for it being a while since I've done this stuff. And by the way, this will get entered into the intermediate class, but if Mr. Plasticrobot so deems it, he will force me into the pro, then I have no problem with that. If he thinks that obviously this thing is good enough to compete with professional customizers, then so be it. What I am going to do is I'm going to just shut the camera off. I'm going to come back at you when the Transformer is transformed completely, because it just takes a while to transform and such. So when I come back, we'll go over the robot mode and so on and so forth. Alright guys, peace. Alright, and we're back, and ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, I bring you Dark of the Moon Toxitron in robot mode. Yes, just sit and take it in for a moment here. Just look over this, where your eyes are going to want to go first, and just take it in, just take it all in now. This is my repaint of Toxitron. This is what I'm entering into Mr. Plasticrobot's contest, and I have faith in this thing to win, hopefully. Basically, I went with this really interesting green color, and I will tell you right now, Mr. Plastic, if you are watching to this point, this paint was extremely hard to get a flat finish on it. Not like flat as in matte, flat as in not fisheye, and turn into a bubbly mess on the robot. This thing was impossible. Spray painting it just didn't work. But I got it to work though. Somehow. It was a very magical experience. Got some purple detail up in here on the arms. I'm gonna get closer, and don't worry, I'm just kind of gonna give you the full 360 here. It's kind of a justice tank. There you go. Far better than the Nemesis custom, I think, so far. As far as how much time and quality this is. As I even painted his hand, the little green box on his hand. I mean, I went down, got some battle damage on him in random places. Flames, hand painted. Very nice. Okay, so let's get some close-ups of him. I'm pretty sure you know why I'm not really saying too much about the robot in general is because of the fact... Adjust him a little bit. Because of the fact that basically you guys have seen the Optimus Prime for the Dark of the Moon mold so many times. I'm pretty sure you're sick of it, but I want to show you the paint job on him. So that's why obviously I'm not going through all the transformation and everything. Now look at this. If I can get the camera to stay, it doesn't want to stay. But look, I gave him purple head, and I did manage to get the green in there, so that would act like his face and such like that. And you can kind of turn it to the side here. And I have yet to put the screw back. I just wanted to make sure that the head was going to go together pretty good, and it did. It's kind of the last thing I put on it. It fell off, and then I just threw it back in for the transformation. Don't worry, Bumble, I'll put the screw back in before I send it to you. But definitely, there's its head. Now let's back out just a little bit and let's explore some more of this robot here. Got some red windows up in here, and I separated it out so it actually looked like it had the doors as well, folded up on the side of the robot. Got some little Decepticon symbols up there, up on his shoulders, both sides. And as you probably saw before, there was the Decepticon symbol up on his leg on the wind vane there, so that's pretty sweet. I definitely like this. Now, I did do a lot of dry brushing techniques on this guy just because he needed to look a little bit more beat up. He needed to look a little bit more frazzled. Looks like, you know, kind of like a truck that's been through a lot more. But I didn't want to really ruin the really nice paint scheme with a lot of grays and blacks and stuff, so I did kind of keep it low-key, but I did, like, you know, have the intermediate connecting parts blacker and darker, and made sure that he had more of a green shell. And I think it came out really nice. Yeah, you got some green right there, too. Little purple. I mean, you can tell it's definitely a lot more, it has more pop than the Nemesis Prime did. But the Nemesis Prime still is really good on its own, just as Nemesis Prime. Got the knee pads, and so on, and then we go down to the flamage. And you notice that the flames are different on both sides. That is intentional. This side was baked from a stencil, and this side was freehand. So they're both basically freehand because this was just basically like stamped on there in a sense. But as you can tell, you know, we still have some more of the weathering down here all the way to the tootsies. You can see there's the nice flame job that I clap my hands for because I did not know I did that good of a job. There's some more green hiding in there under the detail. I mean, when you get this thing in your hands, you would definitely be able to tell how much detail was put into this guy. There is no words for... I know, I just like it personally. So as we move up, you can see I filled in the tires. Made sure that happened because I noticed that they were tires. I even went as far as getting the trailer hitch repainted as purple, which is pretty cool too. And so on and so forth. A little bit of shading in the gray areas. You can kind of see that it is slightly painted black-ish. And then obviously all the tank weathering and then all the detail I put in there. Yeah. And very nice. Okay, so let's back out just a little bit here. And we'll throw him up with his cannon because obviously if he has a weapon, he would probably look a little bit nicer. So it does fit. I didn't have to do any drilling or any of that crap. I just kind of didn't paint the peg and I didn't paint the inside of his hand, or tried to keep the paint out from the inside of his hand. And there he is with his gun there. I'll kind of back him up there. say, and then we'll take them and, as you can see, the gun had all that nice paint detail too, and you can mech tech it if you want, but I like it like this. It looks really nice. I'm doing some busting out stuff like that. Very nice gun. I definitely like the way this gun matches with the figure. It does really kind of like, it's like an extension of him. It's really nice. And you know, I mean, I don't really know what what to say about this. Basically, only you guys can tell me how you like this action figure that I painted. I mean, just like Nemesis guy Prime that I painted. You guys tell me what you think about this figure. I'm gonna have a couple more close-ups at the end, and I guess we will see who wins. All right, guys. Thanks for having me take up a crap load of your time. Peace out, GageO style. Ninja.